Hey guys, welcome to the first Overjump podcast. Hope you guys are going to enjoy the show. We had Kaleb Barham on. Big shout out to Kaleb for coming on, being my first interview. Yeah, you'll hear in this interview, I got him to talk to us about his sponsorship from Matt Mladen. I'm probably like a lot of other guys, I didn't know who the hell Matt Mladen was. Maybe I'm just ignorant, I'm not sure. But yeah, I was doing my research about this guy, and he's pretty amazing dude. He's done some big things on a road bike, and I thought it was just a really cool story to hear that a guy that from road racing who's a multi-time AMA superbike champion coming in to sponsor a guy for motocross and supercross, and a guy from Toowoomba. That's kind of really cool, and so I thought that was a cool story to try and cover. So you hear Kaleb talking a bit about that. Yeah, big shout out also to my cousin James for hooking us up with a track for an intro. I'll probably add a bit of a link on where you can find some of James' music, Jimmy Rhythmic. And yeah, I also just like to thank my girlfriend Jess and that for kind of putting up with me, trying to get this thing happening and being supportive of it. So big thank you to her. Yeah, so we'll just dive straight into it.
Hey, I got it. Got what? I got record. Oh wow! Put it on. Do what? For real. Is it Friday already?
I guess can we start with the start of this year with you? You come in with a really different sponsor, Matt Mladen.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it ended up looking in. End of last year, ended up having a bit of a crash in Supercross first round. Did my ankle, unfortunately. It was just one of them things. And yeah, put in a really hard off season and just kind of clicked a couple pieces together. And then yeah, brought on Matt Mladen. He ended up being one of my major sponsor for the year. So I've known him for a couple of years now through John Hayfield, and yeah, he's just an absolute unreal guy, and he's been there and done that. He's been to the motocross and then moved across to the superbikes and then achieved everything he could possibly want on the superbikes, and is a man of knowledge through whether or not be on bike, but also what I've taken a lot out of him is off bike, whether or not be through an interview or through social media. That's where he has actually helped me a lot this year.
Yeah, okay. I watched a few videos with him, and he's got a very strong race, very race headed,
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he's definitely he's there to do business. A lot of people, especially in Australia, a lot of people there. Motocross isn't such a serious sport at, let's say, at club day level to a shell round. Whereas when you step up to that national level, you're there to do work.
Yeah.
You're there to race. You're there to win. And that's where his personality and I guess you'd say his forte was that he knew that he was faster than everyone. He knew he was physically stronger. He put himself in that position. So, yeah, as I said, it's been good to have him in my corner and give me a couple of tips here and there. And yeah, he's an absolute man of knowledge, whether or not be from on bike to off bike. He's unreal.
Yeah, okay. So I see he's sponsoring some other road racing guys too, but
yeah,
as far as I can tell, you're the only motocross guy.
Yeah, so it ended up. So he started off at the end of last year. He brought on Max Crocker, who was an absolute unreal. The kid has got a massive future ahead of him. And yeah, has taken him on board on the superbikes, and yeah, he's actually done really well so far this year. Just used it as a building year and ended up winning last round there. So yeah, it was really good. And yeah, he's just Matt again. Matt can more help Max in a way because he is, as I said, he is a 7-time superbike champion. He is unreal. He absolutely kills it. So,
and that's it. That's AMA as well. That's beyond Australian standards.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he was at the pinnacle. He was the man. He still holds records to this day. He has the most consecutive wins in a row. He is the man. He is, as I said, when it comes to Suzuki, Matt Mladen road racing, he's the first person that pops up to mind.
Yeah, okay, and yeah, I guess for a lot of motocross guys, supercross guys, coming out of a motocross background, not many people would know him, and then for him to have this showing in motocross and supercross, it's pretty sweet. So.
Yeah, 100%. And as I said, he's just an awesome guy. And as I said, we've known him for a couple of years now. And then I was fortunate enough that he jumped on board this year. And as I said, just whether or not I learnt one thing or 50 things from him, which I've learnt more than 50 things, he's absolutely unreal. As I said, from majority, as I said, I thought majority of it I would take from him would be on bike, but I learnt that the way that he approached his training, the way that he approached his racing, the way that he treated his interviews, the way he treated his sponsors was also what made Matt Millett.
Yeah, okay. And like, so these are like conversations you have with him. Are you talking to him on the phone? Or are you just seeing him at the races?
Yeah, 100%. So he came to Appen, and then obviously with the road bikes and that, he's been pretty flat out with Matt. So haven't had him at all the races, but yeah, obviously have a chat to him usually after the race and that, just let him know what's been happening, how we qualified, just let him know everything that's been happening, how the day went down, whether or not it be a Shell, whether or not it be an Australian Supercross and Motocross Championship. So
yeah, okay, that's really cool, man. And so do you think that do you think it helped this season? Like, how were your results?
Oh, 100%. As I said, this year started off a little bit rough for me because we come in with a really strong off season. It was the strongest off season I had. Yeah, coming off under 19s, I felt really strong. I got some moto wins, got some overalls. It was good. And then unfortunately, as I said, 6 days before round one, I ended up doing my collarbone. So tipped it over in a corner, went to pick it up and went, oh, something's not right here. Rushed into hospital, got it right. So
that sucks.
It was one of them things, unfortunately, and as I said, it happens in our sport. It can happen in the blink of an eye. So just was what it was, and then from then we were just playing catch up. We still showed some good results.
Yep.
Like, as I said, round 5 at Murray Bridge. I really like Murray Bridge, but we ended up having a couple we didn't end up top 5, but we were running top 5 for the top 20 minutes. So it was good. It just, unfortunately, I was only riding on the weekend. I couldn't ride on bike throughout the week. So we were literally rocking up to the race and just going for what we could do. Yeah,
so you're just doing the bare minimum.
Yeah, I said, well, I couldn't even do the bare minimum. I said I was still putting out the Ks on the cycle and could do what I could do at the gym, but I was very limited to what I could do. But that was alright. It was just the card we got dealt, so we just had to, take it on the chin and keep moving on. And as I said, we still finished out the season strong. We just progressed. As soon as we did it, our goal was just to get strong every round. It was our learning year. It was our first year stepping up to MX2, sorry. So yeah, we just built, got better, and as I said, we ended off the season equal 5th overall at the last round. So yeah,
which is pretty awesome, dude. Like, I think you should be pretty stoked with that, man. MX2, I think it's probably a crazier class than MX1.
Oh, it's a stacked field. It definitely was a stacked field this year, and it was good. It was good to kind of show that final round, especially. Coolum isn't my most loved track. Yeah. Everybody knows that, so it was good to show everybody on a track that I'm not a fan of, that I could still run that pace, and I was solid up after that 30 minutes. I was there. It was good. We were back.
Yeah, okay. And so Coolum wasn't your favourite track. Favourite track for the series was?
Oh, it was hard. Well, we had a couple of different tracks this season, but Athens has been a good one too. We got my first MXD win there, but I have to say Murray Bridge probably took the cake this year. Okay. So yeah, Murray Bridge is it's a little bit loamy. It's a cool layout. It's real wide open, and the South Australia is pretty cool. So
yeah, man. Like shout out to all the guys in South Australia. All my family are from Kangaroo Island, so
perfect. Yeah,
so it's sick.
It's definitely cool. Yeah, it'd have to be one of my favourite tracks on the circuit. As I said, you've got Murray Bridge, Echo. Coolum, as I said, it's a love-hate relationship. I don't much enjoy it, but I end up doing really well there, and it is an awesome facility. The guys have got there. It is a world-class facility.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like a lot of people kind of feel that way.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of South Australia, so I don't know. Did you notice that the daylight is a lot longer down there?
Nothing too crazy because we were already down. So usually how it works out, we end up doing a round the week before down in Melbourne, and then we end up wherever in Melbourne, but then we end up spending the 2 weeks down there, and then we duck across to Murray Bridge. So we end up spending a bit of time down there, so it's not like we're just driving down there to do the one-off race. So it's nothing too crazy, nothing that affected us.
Yeah, I just I noticed when I go down there that I kind of get I keep going because I think, it's 6 o'clock when the sun goes down.
Yeah.
But it's like 8 o'clock and the sun's still up.
Yeah,
it's still
up, yeah.
Do you think that's an advantage for those guys down there? Like that they can train and ride after work?
Oh, 100%. Especially for juniors, that thing is massive, as I said. And even the daylight savings, the New South Wales kids and everything have. Like, we were finishing school here at 4 by the time you got home.
Yeah.
It's nearly dark.
Yeah.
You've got literally 30 minutes. I was fortunate enough that I have a couple of tracks in my backyard, so it wasn't like it still was a disadvantage, but like still I could get home and spin a couple laps before it got pitch black dark. So yeah, definitely that would help the junior kids out phenomenal. So giving them a couple extra hours to ride them an afternoon after school, 100%.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I was thinking about those guys at the top level too. You know, like just the preparation they get to do. But I mean, it's just circumstances. They probably get less races down there too because it's not the population.
Exactly,
East Coast,
so. and that's where we're fortunate, I guess, with especially Southeast Queensland and Queensland in general. We have a lot of the top riders.
Yeah,
as I said, like whether or not be from Mitchell Evans to Wilson Todd, Dean Ferris, everyone is down the Southeast Queensland side. Well, Mitch and Wilson up north, but they spend majority of their time down here.
Yeah, so, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. As I said, growing up and everything, especially to juniors, like we raced Hunter Lions. Like everyone was kind of down here. It was a strong junior showing, I guess you would say, and then that made us feel really good going into racing guys all around Australia. We felt that, so we knew that if we were running a top 3 up here, we were going to be running a top 4 in Australia because the top guys were in Queensland.
We're here, yeah, exactly. Yeah, speaking of Hunter Lawrence and that, how do you think they're all going to go MX and Nations?
Yeah, I hope they all do well. I hope they all get good starts. If they all get good starts, it'll be a really good show. So yeah, I'm really looking forward, especially Mitchell Evans and Gibbsy. Hopefully they can all get off to a good start, especially Hunter, and go from there. As I said, Hunter's showing that he is strong at the minute. Obviously he's having some really good results, and Mitchie coming off a rookie season here, he's coming out really good, and
he's doing really well.
100%. I think he caught a lot of people off guard, but as I said, I've raced him my whole junior career. We're both the same age, so I knew, and I think he knew as well. He believed in his training, he believed where he was at, and he knew he was strong. He's a big boy, so yeah, he come out swinging in that MX1 class.
Yeah, it's funny you say like you guys are the same age. And people would look at him and say, "Oh, it looks like he's just been in MX1 forever," you know, because he's just a big dude.
100%, yeah, he's a big guy, and as I said, that ended up being his biggest downfall in 250s, especially last year. Through diet and everything, he wasn't built for a 250. He's not. He's such a big boy. So yeah, he's definitely a smart move stepping up to the 450. It definitely paid off for him this year. He showed everybody that he was a little bit off Ferris, but at the moment that's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Ferris is just doing his own thing in another level at the moment. And for all those guys behind, they're just putting in the work too, and it's pretty crazy to see that, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Ferris can still pull ahead regardless of how much work those guys are doing. So.
And Dino, as you said, there's no if buts when Dino is on another level in a minute. As I said, he showed that last year when he went over and did that race in America and finished that. Like that, you don't just fluke that.
Yeah.
He is unreal. So yeah, it'll be good to see, and hopefully, as I said, he's over in the States next year. And as I said, I do a fair bit of training with him. I wish him all the best. So.
Yeah, for sure. Sweet. Talking about, let's go on to Supercross and Jim Boom the last weekend. You know, you meant to turn at the end of the start straight.
Oh, tell me about it. Yeah, it was one of them things, I guess. Just ended up doing the same thing. Well, not the same thing, obviously, but ended up picking a wide gate in my heat, and it worked out really well. Just probably should have. I shot for the outside berm. Ended up coming out top 3. So yeah, just aimed to do that thing in the moto again, and then just unfortunately, whether or not I think they might have watered in between, or I don't know what happened, whether or not the dirt just got pushed up and got a bit pebbly, but yeah, just coming in a bit hard and hit the brakes, and it was like I hit the go fast part, so ended up going quicker. So it was just one of them things, and I was lucky enough that when I knew that I was going to hit it, I just barreled over the front and just ended up hit my back a little bit, then I ended up hitting my head, but it just was one of them things. So
yeah, Jim Boom hasn't been good to you, dude.
No, it hasn't. It's a shame because I really actually like the layout this year. Like I said, we had a good heat, good quality, and then just I was feeling good for the main. It was just there to do our 15 laps and see where we were at. But it just was one of the things. I said I was fortunate enough just to walk away with it. We knew where we were, so it is what it is.
Did you see Ferris's crash at all?
No, I didn't. As I said, that was straight after my heat race. So I literally come back in, started cooling down, and then got the news. So. Yeah, it was just one of them things, unfortunately. As I said, it can happen to anyone, anywhere. And I said, Dino's been so on point. You know? It's one of them things. He's been training unreal for Supercross. It was the first year that he was feeling really comfy for it. He was enjoying training. And he was looking unreal. As I said, it would have been awesome to see what him and Brayton could have done.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
But as I said, it's one of them things that happens to anyone and everyone. So, yeah, as I said, it's just wishing him a quick recovery and see what he can do and get ready for next year now.
Yeah, okay. So, and next round Supercross for you is?
Yeah, so next round is in next weekend at Coolum. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that one. As I said, it's another close one, thank God. So
Yeah, good for you.
yeah, good one for me. Get to sleep in my own bed, hopefully the night before, so and then cruise on up. So it'll be good. Look forward to the cool. As I said, they got world class motocross facility there, so it'll be interesting to see what the Supercross track is like. I personally haven't ridden there, so it'll be good. Hopefully they can get a good crowd and go from there.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a look at it while I was up there for the SEQ round, and I'm sure they're going to change a lot of it too, because it probably looks a little bit stadium crossy at the moment. But yeah, it looks like the dirt might be a bit different, hard to ride on. It seems a little pebbly and.
Yeah, it'll be, and especially Coolum, like Coolum's a sand track, so it'll be, the biggest thing will be the deterioration of the track. Like, it's not a normal Supercross round where we ride for the first half a day and then they've got another 4 hours to prep the track before the night show. We're doing a whole day racing, so they've got an hour or so to prep the track, so the biggest thing for them will be track deterioration, but obviously, they had to deal with that at Jim Boomer as well. Jim Boomer gets hard, everyone knows it. I got black soil at home, I know what they had to deal with. So, yeah, the boys did an unreal job down there. They kept the track watered as they could and prepped it up as they could. So, yeah, it'll be one of them things. As I said, no one would have ridden the track. As I said, it's stadium cross track at the minute, so they'll change it around. I'm not sure what the layout is yet, but we'll go from there and rock up, and yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, so you've always been a bit of a Supercross guy, though. You know, I remember one of the first times I met you, I came out to your place riding with some friends. You were on like an RM85. And it's like, I was like, who the hell is this kid, man? Like, he hucking the triple on this 85 and you had to get the rhythm before it, like along your fence.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, definitely. As I said, I really do love Supercross. It's just, like, obviously, the main two things we do is motocross and Supercross, and as I said, motocross is unreal. Hitting straightaways and hitting whoops, fifth gear tap down a big sand straightaway, there's no cooler feeling. But Supercross, it's a bit more technical, it's just a little bit more up my alleyway. I really enjoy it. I'm fortunate enough that I have a full-scale Supercross track in my backyard, which obviously has made that decision quite easy for me. So, awesome. Yeah, I get to practice on it whenever I like, whatever I want to do. So, yeah, that's obviously pretty cool. So, yeah, it's just one of them things. I really enjoy Supercross. It's just, one of them things. Just, whether or not you're going to pick one or the other, but yeah, I'm definitely a Supercross guy.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, and you were saying then about like training, your training side. How often are you riding? How often are you in the gym? That kind of stuff. Like for the guys at home, you know, trying to.
Oh, definitely. So it really depends on who you are, where you're at, what you're doing. But as I said, our goal is that every time you want to step whether or not it's be on the bike or off the bike, you want to be 100%, giving 100%. You don't want to be going for a cycle, for a ride, for a gym, and then being able to do the cycle 100%, be able to do gym 100%, but then only be able to do the bike 50% because you're wrecked.
Yeah.
So our goal is that usually we end up riding, so especially Supercross and motocross are a bit different as well because they're a bit different straining on the body wise and you actually approach your training a bit different. Supercross a bit higher intensity because you're only out there for 15 or so minutes.
Yeah.
Because they're a small lap time. So, yeah, but an example for Supercross at the minute, we're riding usually every 2 days in a row and then we do our off-bike ride. And as I said, we still got to put our Ks in on the cycle. We still got to do our gym work. So, yeah, go to the gym, do some weights. And then, as I said, a lot of it at the minute is, because we're in Supercross now, it's a lot more higher intensity based. So, yeah, nothing too, which is a bit different from motocross because you're so much high intensity. Well, I shouldn't say high intensity, but because you're putting your body under such physical demanding for 30 minutes, you're doing it every day.
Yeah.
You're doing that. Your body needs to recover, so the cycles might be drawn out for 2.5 hours, 2 hours, just spinning, getting the legs rotating. So, yeah, whereas Supercross, you can do your hour and a half cycles and put in your work, and your body isn't so wrecked after doing a big day of Supercross. Still, don't get me wrong, it's still physically demanding, but it's still not as bad as, let's say, doing 230s at Coolum.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair call. One thing I kind of noticed with your program is when we go to the races, like I've been to a few races together, like Queensland Tiles, that kind of thing, and the relationship you have with your mum and dad. Everyone would think, you know, like, oh, you know, someone's dad will be out on the pit board. But I kind of think it's really interesting that Donna, your mum, is like hanging off the pit board and your dad just does the start gate prep, you know what I mean? Like, is that something that's always been that way?
So it's just something that, as I said, Dad's prepped my gate since I was on Divi 2s. Or Divi 1, sorry. So, yeah, it's just one of the things, we just have a relationship. I trust him 100% with whatever he'll tell me, what he's feeling throughout that soil. He knows that I'll pick a decent cow. I'm usually a pretty good qualifier. So, yeah, it's just one of the things. I really trust his ability with the gate. And then when it comes to the pit board, I just, one of them things. Dad wants to be out, he'll be communicating with Mum through the headset, and I just prefer Mum to be on the pit board. It's just one of them things. It's neither, it wouldn't matter if either changed, we still get it done, but it's just, that's the way we work. It's the way that I find I work better. And
you feel like your mum knows you, like you're my boy.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, she knows what she's doing out there. As I said, we know exactly where we're at. I'll tell her exactly what I need to do, whether or not it be, tell me if the boy's down the back, if they're hitting a triple and I'm not, or let me know if there's different lines, or this and that. And it's just one of them things. It's one of them, we just build a relationship through that, and that's how we work.
I heard that maybe your parents come from like a horse background.
Oh, 100%. They always tell me that I'm in the wrong business. I should be on the real horse, not the metal horse. But yeah, it's a bit hard, and that's another thing. Like my physical stature, like I'm quite a littler guy, and everybody thinks, why is that? Well, it's a bit hard when both your parents are jockeys.
Yeah, okay.
It's just one of the things. I come from a horse background, and then I said they threw me on a horse and threw me on a motorbike, and I said, I want to stick with the motorbike. So that's literally the long and the short of it.
Yeah, I would probably say the horse would probably throw you off easier.
No, it's one of them things. As I said, I'm fortunate enough that my cousin, obviously, a lot of my other family are still involved in horses, and my cousin is doing really well at it at the minute. And it's just one of them things. Like, I do enjoy horses, and I don't mind jumping on the old one occasionally, but you haven't got a kill switch. To a certain extent, a certain extent, you're more in control on the motorbike. So,
you can't just pull the clutch in and it'll stop.
Yeah, exactly. So the horse has got a mind of its own. But also, don't get me wrong, a motorbike can. So
yeah, that's true too. Trying to think what else. Kind of got to go over, I suppose. Kind of just wishing you like, the good rest of the season of Supercross and that kind of stuff. Your rookie year MX2. Is there have you already thought about plans for when you go to MX1?
Oh, it's one of those things. It's one thing that I'm strong about as well. I always take it turn by turn, corner by corner. I don't like to think too far off into the future, but as I said, I am a little statutory guy, and at the moment, be MX2 for next year, doing all the nationals, doing everything we did this year. As I said, we've done our rookie year. As I said, we made it a bit hard on ourselves, playing catch up, but it's one of the things we've shown that we had the pace occasionally. So, as I said at the start, we didn't, as I said, because we were riding the bare minimals. But as I said, once we progressed and showed everybody that we put in the work in the off season, it slowly started to show. And I said, finishing off strong. So, as I said, the goal at the minute is just to do our 15 laps next round, see where we're at in the main, and then go from there, keep on building. As I said, finish off Supercross strong, finish off the last 4 rounds, and as I said, hopefully I can finish off in the top 5 by the end of it. And then moving on to next year, put in another solid off season, and then use our couple shells and whether or not what will be at the start of the year. Use Mountain Man as a great pre-season training for nationals, and then get ready to hit nationals again. And as I said, hopefully we'll be in it for the top 3.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Have you got anyone you want to thank?
Oh, 100%. As I said, and especially a huge shout out goes to Matt Mladen. As I said, he isn't in the motocross industry, and he is through me now, which is obviously a huge honour by me. And as I said, everything that he has given me this year and everything that I've learnt from him, it is one of them things that I cannot thank him for. It is literally just things that I will use for the rest of my life, whether or not I'd be in the motocross, whether or not I'd be in the racing, whether or not I'd just be in the motorcycling industry.
Yeah, okay.
So it's just one of them things. He has been unreal to me, and I cannot thank him and everyone around him enough for that. As I said, John Haythie and everyone that led me on to that relationship with him. So and everyone through Husqvarna, as I said, they've been with me now for what will it be, 3 years. So and hopefully I'm looking forward to a 4th year with them. So
it seems to be a really good thing for you, man.
100%. As I said, they've been phenomenal for me. It's ever since I jumped out of my senior career, I did 1 year with KDM and then made the switch to Husqvarna, and it's just been absolutely unreal. Cannot thank everyone in there enough. Nathan Crawford and John Haythie, Jeff Lees, everyone in there. So cannot thank them all enough for that. So it's been absolutely awesome, and obviously everyone else that supports you, whether or not it be MotorX, Rubbling, Dunlop, A-Stars have been a huge help for me this year. They've been absolutely unreal, keeping me protected in the best gear, and obviously helping me out with everything on bike and off bike. So it's been awesome. And MotorX, everyone else behind me.
Yeah, sick. Thanks heaps for coming on, dude. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, mate.
Have a good one.